Greetings, Biafrans all over the world. My name is Emeka Emekesiri, and I bring you message from the chairman, the founder, the creator, originator, vision bearer, and chairman of the original IPOB under the Supreme Council of Elders of Indigenous People of Biafra, Barrister Emeka Emekesiri, Esquire. By way of introduction, I speak on behalf of the original IPOP, founded in 2012 under the Elders of Biafra land, whose operational name is IPOP Customary Government, otherwise known as the Customary Government of the Indigenous People of Biafra. The original IPOP is currently in the Federal High Court, Enugu, in the suit number FHC/EN/CS/103/2019 with the Federal Government of Nigeria, Attorney General of the Federation, General Yakubu Gowon and General Olusegun Obasanjo, on various issues for determination by the court. The original IPOB is an affiliate member of Ohaneze Igbo, AMO. It works with Ohaneze Igbo and submits to the authority of the elders. I have made this elaborate introduction to make it clear that the original IPOB is different from Nnamdi Kanu's faction. Some members of the press asked me the following questions and wanted my answers. Question 1. Is IPOP abandoning Igbo agenda sequel to the attack on Ekweremadu? Question 2. Is IPOP still non-violent? Before I proceed with this message, I would like to refer to the statements of two eminent Igbo men regarding the public disgrace and assault inflicted upon Senator Ike Ekweremadu in Germany by members of Nnamdi Kanu's faction of IPOB. Senator Eyinaya Abaribe to Nnamdi Kanu's faction of IPOB. Your act is unbecoming of true Igbo patriots. Remember the popular saying, Gbodike Gbodike, Bihi ke mere achowa dike. Obviously, this is not how to repay a man, an outstanding leader of men, an unpretentious Igbo leader who has given his all, even going as far as deploying his means to arrange for the bail of Nnamdi Kanu, not minding the repercussions of his illustrious political career. It is unfortunate. The perpetrators of the attack should know that as Igbos, we respect elders and reverence our leaders. The unwarranted attack is not the character of the Igbo. This is un-Igbo. It is most worrisome and even inconceivable that the attackers will choose an auspicious occasion where our people are celebrating and showcasing our rich culture to exhibit such unbecoming and condemnable conducts in the name of agitation. Daniel Elomba. I have always said it and will say it again. Nnamdi Kanu is leading robots. IPOB is a bunch of renegades. But our politicians should be careful. They should represent and serve their constituents. My worry about IPOB and indeed all other pro-Biafran groups is their inability to intelligently articulate and execute a pan-Igbo struggle and liberation agenda. They are totally bereft of ideas and can justify their struggles and give them genuine recognition and acceptance. Their strategies and approach are very uncivil, uncultured, retrogressive, barbaric, naive, and stupid, making it difficult for any sane and decent-minded person to identify with their struggles and demands. Although I created the name Indigenous People of Biafra and copyrighted it under the copyright law in 2012, abbreviated by Dr. Dozie Ekedife in 2013 as IPOB. I registered IPOB as a legal entity which can be sued or sue. I have decided not to fight against the infringement and theft of my intellectual property rights, or about the case of passing off in the law of thought against the various factions of IPOB now circulating in the whole world like cultic counterfeits, whose adherents have a covenant of death sealed with an oath under the prince of the power of the air, the arch spirit of the occult kingdom that rules in the lives of rebellious and disobedient children. Ephesians 2:2. The people who copied and stole my intellectual properties have only proved their emptiness and destitution of intellectual power. I have decided to move forward knowing that I am blessed by God with creative ingenuity to invent and create ideas, scientific and mathematical formula, socio-political formula, policies and strategies to solve as many problems of the society as I can in the little corner of the earth where I have found myself. For those who do not know, let them know now that I created the formula that formed the basis of the Petroleum Industry Bill, PIB, presently before the National Assembly, which the enemies of humanity in the parliament at Abuja have fought against because it was originally created for the economic empowerment of the people of the Southeast and South-South regions. Perhaps some of you have also heard about the Mercador formula that I created in the estate surveying and valuation profession to solve some problems in the society. Creative ability is a gift from God. Everybody has his or her own gifts, but should use the gift for the benefit of mankind and not to destroy lives. When I came into the Biafran struggle, I informed all those before me that we would adopt the legal method of self-determination to achieve freedom for Biafra. Either freedom within Nigeria, like Scotland within Britain, or freedom outside Nigeria, like Eritrea outside Ethiopia. I rejected the idea of having a government in exile and said that our government must be in Biafra land using the Nigerian law. The customary law is part of the Nigerian law, just as the Sharia law. At that time, the Biafran activists before me said that they were not Nigerians but Biafrans and would not participate in anything that would do or that has to do with the Nigerian law. I was surprised because they have their Nigerian passports and their Nigerian driving licenses. It became clear to me that they were ignorant of the law of nationality to know the differences between citizenship of a country and indigenous identities of the persons living in the country. I explained to them that we are Biafrans by indigenous identity, but Nigerians by citizenship. But most of them did not understand me. I registered the human rights organization called Bilie Human Rights Initiative under the Nigerian law to sue on behalf of the indigenous people of Biafra, which is a non-legal entity. My greatest mistake, for which I still regret today, is that I carried all those Biafran activists who were before me without taking reverence and without knowing that they had ulterior motives. Nnamdi Kanu was one of them. He registered as our member on 30th June 2012. I still have his file with me. I have made an absolute statement that the faction of IPOP under Nnamdi Kanu is a disgrace to the Igbo race. Senator Abaribe described their character as un-Igbo, while Daniel Elumba described them as very uncivil, uncultured, retrogressive, barbaric, naive, and stupid. In simple language, their character is an abomination to the Igbo race. I have read many unprintable things Nnamdi and his followers have spoken and written against Chief Nnamdi, the President General of the Igbo nation, and other Igbo leaders. The most worrisome thing is that their father does not caution him. I have made myself very clear on Igbo leadership. I respect constituted authorities as commanded by God. Therefore, anybody attacking the Igbo leadership of Ohaneze Ndigbo, headed by Chief Nnamdi in his tenure, is my enemy. Just as a boy fights any child who insults his father, I will fight against any person who insults Ohaneze Ndigbo and its leadership. The extreme republican nature of the Igbo people in its dispensation has opened us up for our enemies' attacks. The children of this generation do not want to be under authority. Rebellion is considered as the sin of witchcraft and an abomination in the sight of God. Let every Igbo man or woman know today that if we allow these un-Igbo antisocial behaviors to continue, the Igbo race is doomed. When I started making serious critiques of Nnamdi Kanu's methodology that has led to deception and destruction of many lives, some of the readers here accused me of being jealous of his achievements. I remember that in one of my messages in 2017, I described his strategies as foolishness and superlative stupidity. I cannot be jealous of a man who has no originality of thoughts and creative intelligence, but copies other people's ideas without giving credit to the copyright owners. Theft of intellectual property. Well, I do not want to waste my time talking about them, but only to make it clear that the original IPOB is different from Nnamdi Kanu's faction. When he took our name and registered it as a limited liability company in London, some people advised that we should change our name since he has hijacked it. However, considering that the name was copyrighted in 2012 under the copyright law and published in my book, Biafra or Nigerian Presidency, What the Igbos Want, and was already in the Federal High Court, Owerri, in suit number FHC/OW/CS/102/2012. It became impossible to change the name. The media people do not help matters, as they refused or were very reluctant to publish the activities of the original IPOB under the elders, with the reason that our own IPOB does not generate propagandist sensational news that would create markets for their newspapers. In effect, the media practitioners helped to destroy the nation with propagandist sensational news in order to sell their newspapers. The love of money by the media people. Senator Abaribe continued, the perpetrators of the attack should know that as Igbos, we respect and reverence our leaders. The unwarranted attack is not character of the Igbo. The truth, which I want the senator to understand, is that the fundamental cultural norms and values that sustain the Igbo nations are being destroyed by Nnamdi Kanu and his followers. Many who are not foresighted are hailing and supporting them, now saying that they should beat up and disgrace more Igbo leaders, but will turn around tomorrow to complain. When the Supreme Council of Elders of Indigenous People of Biafra excommunicated him in 2014 because of his un-Igbo characteristics, insults and abuses against the elders and leaders of the Igbo nation, some of those who are complaining now took sides with him and labels us traitors and saboteurs. Senator Ike Ekweremadu and other Igbo leaders and politicians knew that His Royal Majesty, the Honorable Justice Eze Ozubu, retired, Dr. Dozie Ikedife, Brigadier General Joe Achuzie, Chief Debe Odumegu Ojukwu, and others constituted the customary government of indigenous people of Biafra and headed to the court with Emeka Emekesiri as their lead counsel to seek for judicial orders for the self-determination of indigenous people of Biafra. Professor Chukwuma Soludo said it at Abuja in his book review at the launch of Chudi Ofoduile's book, The Politics of Biafra and the Future of Nigeria. Had the senator and other Igbo leaders joined us in the Biafran struggle by speaking out and moving a notion in the House, even if not accepted and passed into law by the Parliament, the story of the Biafran struggle would have been different. The Scottish activists are in the British Parliament advocating for their independence of Scotland. The Quebec activists are in the Canadian Parliament advocating the independence of Quebec. The Catalan activists are in the Spanish Parliament advocating for the independence of Catalonia. Where are the Biafran politicians in the Nigerian Parliament? Who will speak for the Biafrans in the Parliament? Where are the Biafran politicians in the Houses of Assembly in Biafra land to pass the regional bills at state level? There are untapped resources in the concurrent and residual legislative lists, despite the defects and frauds in the Nigerian Constitution. We need the Biafran politicians and highly skilled administrators in this struggle. Everybody is needed in the struggle. The youths, the elders, the men, the women, boys and girls, whether educated or illiterate, but everybody must play his or her own role. We cannot leave the sensitive aspects of the Biafran struggle in the hands of charlatans. Nature abhors vacuum. If the highly skilled and experienced Biafran politicians, administrators and diplomats are not willing to play their roles in this struggle, the foolish majority of touts and hooligans shall rule over the lands, and the new Biafra shall be worse than Nigeria were. In my opinion, the blind leads those that have eyes. God forbid. Emeka Emekesiri, Esquire, Chairman, IPOB Customary Government of the Biafran Project Phase 2. Website www.ipobgovernment.org. Email info@ipobgovernment.org. Thank you very much and God bless you.